Greetings and welcome to episode 20 of my Minecraft 1.10 Let's Play. I can't quite believe I've made it this far. I really started making these videos just for a bit of fun, to see if I could do it, and here I am suddenly on episode 20. Anyway, you may well have noticed I've been building. I put it in the little time-lapse intro there. And I'm quite pleased with it. It's my first attempt at what I believe in America is called a duplex, but in Britain is generally called a semi-detached. Two houses attached together, but no further than that. So you can't get through to each other. These are separate houses, and they are for a purpose. I was running out of oak. Those trees won't stay there. I have this idea in mind that I want to grow carrots and potatoes, but I want them grown separately from each other, and I'm thinking that something like this would be ideal. And I also realised that none of these farmhouses have fences. They don't have garden fences or garden gates or anything. I'm nearly out of fences. Fortunately, I have just cut down some spruce. So I might fence off these two areas for farming. I might not. It'll depend entirely on how expensive it gets and how annoying it is running in and out. There we go. So we've got a sort of a rough idea now of what these gardens are going to look like. I quite like that. I think we'll put some flowers in, we'll make them look pretty, and then we'll maybe put a gate out on this side to one of the farms and on that side to the other. I'm really hoping I've got enough carrots and potatoes to at least get them started off, and I'll most likely need to make at least a couple more hoes. I know that patch of wheat there took 5 or 6 iron hoes to get sorted out. So I'll go and gather some stuff together, and I'll see you when we're ready to get started on our garden. Right, so hopefully that's all distractions removed from the room, and I've picked up some bits and pieces like I said I would. Mostly flowers. I'm hoping that these will face the right way. They do, which is awesome. And yeah, I don't want to do too much of this. I bet I chucked my bone meal away as well, didn't I? That's probably more than enough. I would like some grass in here, maybe a long one. And I am having a bit of trouble getting hold of red flowers. I wonder if I've dumped any over here. Whenever I bone meal at one, I seem to end up with an awful lot of dandelions and these white things of various varieties, and as you can see, not an awful lot of brighter colours. But oh well, that's it's not the biggest problem in the world, and when I get more flowers I can always come back and fancy this up a little bit too. But yeah, that's I just want it to look a bit gardeny. There's too many of them in one place, and let's have another one of these little ones over here. There. And maybe this one's going to have a bit of a tidier garden. Oh, I forgot his window. How rude. Let's do something more like that on this one, and I'm thinking maybe some sort of window box. So I've certainly got plenty wood. That's going to be one too few, but it'll give you the idea. The old traditional oh, that's not going to work there, is it? Or that there. Come on. I know I've got an axe, but I've started now. Something like that, and maybe then we can put some of these other flowers in on this side. I'll get another Actually, do I want another one for there? I think I want another thing for there. That looks a bit odd without one. There we go. Tum-ty-tum. Random noises. There. So that, yeah, this I think is going to be a more formal garden. So if we give it a path down here, you quite often see this in British gardens, what the flower bed, that everything's very neatly ordered. It looks like the local authorities have put it in, and quite often they have. Let's see if I can hide that a little bit. Of course, they'd be less likely to have long grass in their garden, but you know, we can say that they took a day off the weeding or something. Right. So that's sort of that bit sorted out. I'm still unsure as to what to do about these ceilings. They're not very pretty with all this lumpy wood in here, but if I bring a ceiling along here, it's going to cut that window off. Actually, that might work. Let's see if I've got plenty of spruce on me, just not many slabs. Let's give that a go while I think about it as well, because it has been bugging me what to do with them. And spruce might be a bit much. Yes, it's this window here that's going to be the problem, because I could put it along there. Everywhere else quite happily, and then it would also hide this awkward white block there that has to be there because of the outside. Can I put torches up there? I just need a few to stop it turning into a mob trap, and you can come down. And then it's just a case of what to do about that window area. I mean, I could do that, but that just looks weird. Or I might need to rearrange these windows entirely. Let's see what that looks like. If I take that one out and put that in, and take that one out and put that in, I think that actually looks better. I don't know if it'll look any good from the outside, but sometimes you can't have both. You have to pick one over the other, and I really can't bear this ceiling being in here. It doesn't look right at all. It's a nice little low ceiling cottage with a very high roof and no lighting at all, it seems, anymore. One there, one there. And I really didn't want that to be an even number, but there's not much I can do about it. Right. Well, that's that. And now suddenly it's night time again. Okay, well, I'm reasonably pleased with those. I'll take that out of the way and get the full effect. So we're going to need to work out the path down, which shouldn't be too much of a problem, except I've got no oak on me. So we'll lay it out for now, and come back and fill in the gaps later. So there'll be a slab there, and actually those ones that I've just pulled out can be coarse dirt when I've picked some up. Right. That way we can get an idea as well of where we want our lighting, our outdoor lighting to go. And I think for that I used spruce, didn't I? Which will probably actually be quite helpful because that's what I've got on me. And let's take them out the way. I picked up some pumpkins earlier. Where did I put them? There we go. And let's make some jack-o'-lanterns while we're here. And then it's a case of I definitely want one higher than the other, because I've been quite liking the way that looks, and so that will need one here, because of course you have to put these down on something, otherwise they don't play nice. That's very low, but it's at the side of the path, so it shouldn't matter too much. And we'll put another one up over here, say there. Maybe make this one a slightly more traditional that way, and that way one. No, that needs to go one higher, doesn't it? And that, yep, I knew someone was going to come and get me. And you, come here. Don't like you. Right, let's try that again. Oh, for goodness sake, this is why you shouldn't build at night. Get off. Now you've ruined it. Right, and I want one up there and there. That's what I'm after. I've put all my weapons away. I'm really not equipped for this today, thank you. There's another guy coming, isn't there? I hear ya. Oh, you're doing so much damage to me. Come on then. And the last one, you need to go up one on this. Let's put you facing this. No, let's not put you facing the same way. That looks weird. You wouldn't think that putting up a simple lamppost would take longer than building a garden, would you? But apparently it does. Right. That's something I wasn't meaning on doing right now, but I think probably worth the effort. I'll put another one over there at some point. Now I need to sort of have a think about where I want all of the fields, sort of like the limits of the fields to go. Definitely coming right up to the fence, I think. Oh, you're going to be more of a problem. Don't blow my house up. I'm really not good at creepers. Yeah, I think down to this round here and down a couple of levels, maybe down to about here, will do the job. I'm going to go and sleep. I can't take this anymore. I'll come back once I've had a sleep and got some kind of idea where these potatoes are going. Right, so I'm getting this path kind of sorted out now. Found some oak in one of those handy chests, so it was easier to just do it rather than faff about with it, although I do keep doing that, which is less than useful. There's my grass gone. Actually, I want to see if that'll change. It probably will because of the diagonals, won't it? Let's just put some coarse dirt in there instead. And that looks weird. There we go. So we've got this bit of path. I've put one more fence post up there, and I think I've got a good idea of what I'm wanting to do with these fields now. So the carrots, on the other hand, will probably fill this basin and come round along here. So I'm going to grab some water, otherwise nothing's going to last very long, and we'll see how we get on with this. So the idea is that it will sort of go along here. It'll probably be quite sort of scruffy at this point. It's like it's growing, yeah, this sort of spread a little bit from out here, there, and then again sort of like this, the odd one sticking out in, and then all of that up to that edge along here will be carrots. That'll need to be, no, not that one. Let's do one a bit further back. No, you won't work either. Oh dear me, you can tell I've got other things on my mind today, can't you? My poor sick pet. He's really not very happy. And he's not very old either. Well, he's not as old as he could be. He could get to that. Right. Okay, so those are okay. And one thing I found that's worked quite well for me is to put the water under the hill. I should have brought more than one bucket though, really. This is going to be a long job without it. But if you put the water in there, then it still hydrates, but you don't see it. Do I want any further out here? So where did I put that water? I've lost it. Well, that happens. There it is. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to reach to that one. That one will reach that one. Will any of them? That's as far out as that can go. Yeah, I think that's probably about the max we're going to get out of that. And then from about here, not that one. I'm thinking I might put a gate in here after all, because this one does make sense. And I just put the gates away, of course. But it would make sense that you'd have an easier path into your own field. So maybe, again, keep these a bit worn out. And you can get down there. And then, yeah, like I say, just all of this will go. And I'll put the water in as and when I find it. These may well have to come out and be replaced with... Have I got any oak logs on me? I don't, do I? I do have the bone, though. I hate it when that happens. Come on. There. And then like that. So I'll need an oak log for that. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a grind at this point. I might just get as much of it done as I can off camera, but you get the general idea. And I might actually leave some of these tufts of grass and things as well, especially over here by the house. In fact, I could put the water under the house there, couldn't I? Let's just see if that works. It's a case of, sort of trial and error with me with the water. I know I could count it all out, but I'm really not that smart. You know, I tend to just whatever. You know, it'll work out one way or the other. So this is going to be the carrot house, and just pop some of those in there like that. And as they grow, I'll spread them around all the way over there. I can't believe I'm setting myself up to do this again. And then we'll do similarly for the potatoes on the other side. There's my gates. And actually on this side it makes even more sense to have the gate because we've already got the path there. So that'll be the entrance to the potato field. And there's the carrot field gate. Okay, so I suppose I need to crack on with getting this done. There's no reason to think that someone's going to come along and do it for me, unfortunately. Let's just give them a little bit of pathway there, and then we'll work out the water and things in a minute. Okay, I'm going to see how long this has been running. And then I'll get back to you once I've laid out some of these fields. It may well be just to have a quick look and say goodbye though. Okay, so yeah, we're pretty much at the end of time for today's video. Obviously not for the world, but I wanted to come up here for a second and just have a little look at it from a different angle. I think that's enough. I was going to fill all of this in with carrots, but actually I think that's enough, because if we have a look around this other side, that's about as much space as I've got for potatoes altogether anyway. So try not to jump on anything I shouldn't. So in fact the potatoes are quite a bit more restricted in space. So yeah, I'm actually quite happy with that. The sun's going down. I do have a few more plans for this area, but we might take a break from the farming district for the next few episodes. Something in this area here that I have planned will require a bit of research on my part. It would be a little bit redstoney, a light redstone project, so I would have to get all my ducks in a row, but I've got an idea for something I want to go here. It will go quite nicely with the barn. So I think next time, really, I'm itching to get started on this castle kingdom. And in the meantime, I might, if I've got time, get around to putting some houses in the market town. Although, like I say, I am itching to get started on this area, on this plateau here. The area that I can't help feeling that this farm area has sort of grown from. So that'll be next time. We'll make a start and hopefully it'll go according to plan. It might not. These things sometimes don't work out the way you want. But in the meantime, really, here we go again. There's nothing left to say except thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.